seat. Inhale, cactus with the arms. Exhale, round the spine and contract. Inhale, arch, lifted heart. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift and arch. Exhale, contract. Come to all fours. Just check your tabletop setup. Shoulders over the wrists, knees under the hips. Cat-cow, inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Really protract from the shoulders here. Inhale, arch. Lift the heart. Exhale, round. Continue with the cat-cow and start to explore spirals. Driving the hips back into child pose if that feels good for you. And going round the other way. Do what feels good. Waking up the whole of the spine and the side body. Tiptoe the fingers in front of you. Come into almost a puppy pose. Chest towards the floor. Take a swing from side to side. Lift the chest. Tiptoe the fingers to your left hand side. Drive the hips back. You'll feel a stretch in the armpit. And switch. Come back to center. Puppy pose. Chest forwards. Lift the tailbone. And start to articulate the spine. Drive the low ribs in. And exhale, open out. Do this several times. Come to a downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, drive the heels back. Now if you're flexible, you can lift the toes. That's an option for you. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, back. One last time. Paddle the heels. Cycle. Bending one knee. Alternate. Come through to plank. Step your right foot on the outside of the right hand. Lift your right arm up. Forearm towards mat. Keep it moving. Open out. Forearm down. Just waking up. The side body. The chest. Take a pulse. Open out and in. Pulse for 2. 1 and in. Open out for 2. 1 and in. Come to a lizard. Let's bounce. Hips are square. Squeeze the glutes. We aim for 30 seconds. Extending the back of the knee. Keep looking down towards the mat. Extend your right leg back. Come through to plank. Take a downward facing dog. Paddle the heels. Cycle the legs. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Ground the heels down. See if you can lift the toes if that's available for you. Now I want you to find your block. Extend the legs into straddle. Have the hands on the block and take a pulse. So we're opening out the shoulders here. Keep extending the shoulders up as you do bounce. We'll go for 30 seconds. Come through to plank. Step your left foot on the outside of the left hand. Left arm up, forearm to mat. Keep it moving. Reach up for 2. For 1. Be ready for the pulse for 2. 1. Forearm to mat. For 2. 1. Forearm to mat. Really opening up the chest for 2. 1. Place the hand down. Square the hips. Lizard. Let's bounce. Up and down. Really squeeze the glute. Extend the back of the leg. Extend your left leg back. Plank. Wide leg child pose. Start to take a swing from side to side. Bounce up and down if that feels good for you. Come into puppy. Articulate the spine. Tuck the tailbone under. Open out the chest. For 2. For 1. Take a little bounce in puppy if that feels good for you. So just really focusing on opening out the front of the body. Come back to downward facing dog. Step your right foot in between the hands. Take a bounce. Up and down 30 seconds. Squeeze the glutes, extend the back of the knee. You should feel light in the fingertips. The more experienced you are, the bigger the bounce. Gently place the back knee down, straighten the front leg. Transfer of weight. So you can use the blocks if that is needed for you. Waking up the hamstrings, try and keep the hips square. Flex the foot, straighten the front leg. Let's bounce. Up and down 30 seconds. Transfer of the weight. Reach your right arm up. Hand to sacrum. Keep the chest open. Untuck the back toe and see if you can just dip the hips down. Perhaps even bending the leg if that feels good for you, catching the small toe. Keep the chest open. And here you can play around. If you're flexible, you can even bring the forearm down towards the mat. Turn the elbow up. Push yourself up if you're on your forearms. Shoot the leg back. Plank. Down dog. Ripple the body forwards. Come back to plank. Step your left foot in between the hands. Let's take a bounce. Up and down 30 seconds. Keep extending the back of the knee. Squeeze the glutes. Lighten the fingertips. Up and down. Gently place the back knee down. Straighten the front leg. Rock forwards and back. Use a block if flexibility doesn't allow. Straighten the front leg. Fold over and pulse. Lift the tailbone. Transfer your weight onto your left front leg. Left arm onto the sacrum. Open out the chest. Drop the tailbone. Bend the back of the knee. With your left hand, see if you can reach for the small toe. Maybe use a strap if necessary. Flexibility allows, place the forearm down. Keep the chest open. See if you can spin the left elbow up. Push yourself up. Shoot your left leg back, plank. Down dog. Straddle the legs wide. Take a pulse to open out the shoulders. You can use a block if flexibility doesn't allow. Or lift the toes if you want to really get deep onto your flexibility. Let's come down to a bunny hop, bounce for 2. Lift the hips, forward fold. Again, bounce for 2. Lift hips, fold. For 4. And lift. For 3. Lift. For 2. Lift. For 1. Lift. And just start to bounce towards the legs. So hands can either be on the shin or holding onto the backs of the calves, depending on your flexibility. Bouncing up and down. If flexibility is really limiting, you can even place the hands on the thighs to keep a nice long back. Lift the tailbone. Start to ripple the body up and down towards the legs. Using the whole of the spine. Inhale and exhale, fold towards the legs. Inhale, lengthen back, hands to shins. Exhale, fold. Place the hands down in front of you. Come into a downward facing dog. Lift your right leg. We're going to go into leg raises. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift the top leg. Let's take a bounce and a pulse. Keep the top leg lifted. Pulse up and down. If flexibility allows, start to fold towards the leg. Your left hand can come to the calf to really pull in. Keep squeezing the glute. Inhale, lift the chest. Bend your right knee. Lift your right arm up into half moon variation. If flexibility allows, catch the ankle. Squeeze the glute as you pull up to open out. If you'd like to find a block, this will also help with the lift. Hold it there. Keep the rotation in the hip open. For 2. For 1. Slowly release. Shake out the legs. Inhale, lift the chest. Lift your left leg up. Leg raises. You've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the top leg. Keep that pulse. Forward fold towards the leg. Use the glute. Inhale, lift the chest. Start to tiptoe your hands out. Come into half moon. Hold on to the ankle if that is available for you. Left arm up. Going deep into the flexibility. Maybe use a block if you need an extra lift. Gently release. Place the blocks away. And come to kneeling. Inhale, lift the heart space. lift the chest. And exhale, take a few side bends. Keeping your heart lifted. And start to explore big circles round. Drop the head as you go round, using the whole of the neck, if it's available to you. Come into a downward facing dog. Lift your right leg, bend the knee, and actively use your external rotation to open out the hip onto your left thigh. Lift, bend knee, and open. Find a little rhythm here. Lift, in, and open. Step your left foot forwards, turn to face the front. Skandasana. Reach forwards if flexibility allows. If not, just stick to Skandasana. Use the strength of your legs to switch sides. Then reach forwards as an option. Sink down and switch. And start to wake up the thighs, switching from side to side. If you're really struggling, you can use the hands to support you crossing over. Turn to face the top of the mat. Come into a downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, bend the knee. Open out the hip, external rotation, and place the ankle onto the thigh. Same thing. Inhale, lift the leg. Exhale, bend the knee. Using your active flexibility, keep it moving. Go at your own pace. Find your own rhythm. Keep the shoulders open as you lift the leg. Squeezing the glute. When you're ready, start to tiptoe the feet towards your hands. Have your right leg behind you, cross the legs. Take a little bounce. You can lift the toes, come onto the side of the feet. Inhale, lift the chest. Shoot your right leg back behind you. Tiptoe the front heel toe out. Find your external rotation into pigeon. Slowly lower yourself down. Inhale, interlock the hands behind you. Lift the chest. And if it feels good, exhale, forward fold. Encourage your right hip to come forwards. So we're looking for external rotation here. So the knee is in line with the hip. Lift the chest. Tuck the back toe under. Place the knees down. Shoot your right leg back. Flex the foot. Just have a rock forwards and back. You can switch legs if you like. Come into a downward facing dog. Cross your right leg in front. Tiptoe the feet towards the hands. Bounce. As an option, roll the feet onto the side. Pigeon, heel toe the right foot out to the side to create external rotation. Drive the hips down, extend the back of the leg. Interlock the fingers behind you, lift the chest. Exhale, forward fold. Sleeping pigeon. Encourage to keep the left hip square down towards the mat. When you feel ready, lift the chest, come onto your seat, extend the legs in front of you, flex the feet, lift the tailbone and take a pulse. If you're flexible, you can place the blocks underneath the heels, or if you actually want to place them under your seat, that's also an option. The idea is just making sure that you can feel the backs of the hamstrings. Kick the blocks to the side. Slowly roll down. Place your right leg over, entwine. Slowly, gently twist to the side. Right arm comes out. And just look towards your right arm. You can bend the elbow and play around with mobility, going up and down, driving the elbow down towards the hip and then extend up. Switch sides. Entwine your left leg in front. Roll over and twist. Look to your left. Bend the elbow. Driving the elbow down towards the hip and lift up. Roll onto your back. Hug your knees in. Extend the legs. Flex the feet. Come into happy baby. Drive the knees down. Bend the legs into the armpits. Extend your left leg. Alternate to your right leg. And if you like, both legs together, upside down pancake. Bend knees in, hug into your chest, cross the legs over. Come to a seat, face the front. Take a side stretch. Inhale, lift your left arm up and over. Exhale. Switch sides. Round the spine. And open the chest. Contract. And lift the heart space. Round in a few circles. Just exploring cat-cow. Arch and contract. Switch. Tilt the head. Left hand on the side. The head. Tilt the head at a 45-degree angle. And switch. Ear to shoulder. Tilt the head, 45. Chin to chest.